Hey folks, Ron here. Wow, I'm a little out of breath. You wouldn't believe, I say we because I got the little guy with me today. You wouldn't believe what we had to go through to get this parking spot. We got the last parking spot on what's essentially a one-way, well, it's a two-way street. It's extremely narrow. So if there's somebody behind you, like there constantly was behind me, you have to drive about 1.5 miles and then finally go to a turnout where people are still coming at you. And then there's only parking allowed on that side, one side of the street. So it's full till the very end. We found a spot, but what we had to go through, and a lot of traffic coming the same direction. Like I said, unfortunately, these streets built up in the Hollywood Hills in the 20s and 30s, they didn't expect these wide cars to be coming. So somebody's coming the other direction, you got to hope to find a spot on the side and pull over and let them go. So you just have to expect it. It can be a little treacherous at night. But anyway, we did it. And today, here on Lookout Mountain, we're going to be showing you Joni Mitchell's house. The house where she and Graham Nash lived. The house where Graham Nash wrote the song Our House about on that fateful day. And Joni's still an owner. Still on title. So give me a second. I'm going to walk up there and we'll show you the house. So as you can see, there's a lot of traffic on this street. Only because that's Laurel Canyon right there. In fact, that's the Laurel Canyon, where are you going? I want to say country store, but that's the Laurel Canyon little market is down at the corner. You can't quite see it from here, but it's there. And so there's a lot of traffic coming up from Laurel Canyon. And this street basically will take you over to Wonderland and so, other streets like that cut across, and it'll take you up to Mulholland, and eventually you can find some streets that'll take you into the valley and down into Hollywood. So there's a lot of traffic, as you can see, unfortunately, but in 1969 when they lived here, I have a feeling it was much less traffic. So Joni Mitchell, I believe, is still on title for this property. And Graham Nash lived here with her. And the story was that they were down in the valley on Ventura Boulevard at a deli. I think it was Art's Deli by the sound of the description, someplace I used to go. And then they passed an antique store, and she bought a vase. It's in the lyrics to the song. In the vase, put flowers in the vase that you bought today. And we really got to watch for traffic, because this is just crazy here. So, she bought the vase, and they made a fire, and I guess it was a cold day. Like today, it's about 55 degrees probably. And there it is. And there's the house. Don't want to get too close in the driveway, but you could always see in there was the light where apparently in that room, according to Crosby, that's where Crosby, Stills and Nash used to play, or maybe first met or first jammed together. I can't remember the story, but that's it. You want to go up a little further? It says, what are we looking at, man? What are we looking at? So the Joni Mitchell Our House. So these houses, Laurel Canyon became very popular in the mid to late 60s, with rockers, rock and roll pop stars, rock and roll stars. And in fact, Chris Hillman was one of the first to move up here. I was just up at Grandview and Coldcrest, down the hill closer to Hollywood, but closer up the hill, higher up at Mulholland, towards the top of the Hollywood Hills. And man, you could see everything from there. I mean, the city views are unbelievable. So then people started moving here. Eric Clapton used to gather at that house that I just showed you. Of course, David Crosby, Mama Cass. Cass also lived further up the hill here in a couple of houses. So that's our tour. I'm going to pause. We're going to go back around the house. We'll take another look at it. further up the road is Wonderland Avenue with Wonderland School. Yeah, this is really the essence to me of the Hollywood Hills, or these streets off of Laurel Canyon. And if we were to go just a little bit more, I don't know, less than a mile up the hill, we'd be back at Mulholland, and over that we'd be in Studio City in the San Fernando Valley. And there's a lot of traffic. Didn't expect it. Be back in a second. I'll show you the neighborhood some more. Basically rained for 24 hours straight about 2 days ago, so everything is still wet 2 days later up here in the hills, because I guess if it doesn't get above 60 degrees even during the day, that rain is gonna stay damp. Yeah, well, unfortunately, like I said, here we are again. With all these being so close to Laurel Canyon, we're going to get all this traffic. So there's the house one more time. Must have been something in 1967, huh? 1968, 69. All right, folks, I will leave it there. This is Ron. If you like my channel, please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And if you do subscribe, please hit the little bell icon next to the subscription button. And please comment in the comment section if you see that Porsche was slowing way down. I thought they were going to say, hey, I live there. Get out of here. Paranoid. All right, folks, we'll see you at the next location. Thank you. Bye-bye.